Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Miami Marlins. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely... And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So, almost ready to get underway. And today on the hill, Valente Bayozo. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
And the pitch is outside, ball one. Fastball is outside.
Guy like this can be tough. You know he's not going to try to beat you with velocity, but he's going to sink it, he's going to change speeds, and he's going to pitch backwards at times.
And it finds its way through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And next for L.A., Shohei on the go. Pitch in for a strike, and that's a stolen base, not even close. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again. Here comes the 0-1. And that's too high. Ohtani at second with nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Here's a 2-2. Jeter watches that pitch, misses the strike zone for a ball.
Count is full.
Swing at a ground ball. Now the throw to first on the run. In time. Got him. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is a ball club that can really slug. Lots of homers, lots of extra base hits. And Chris, that of course a huge part of success in the standings for this group.
Well, if you're going to be successful in today's game, you've got to be able to hit the ball over the fence. Just defensively, very hard to find the holes. And when you're talking about guys, coming out of the bullpen, throwing 95 and above, very difficult. It's hard to string together 2, 3, 4 hits to score those runs. So definitely critical to hit those homers, get the extra base knocks, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
And here it comes. That one hammered center field, way back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Runner tags for home, and the Dodgers score first. It's 1-0.
So many times that one gets out of here and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
Now, power is such a big part of the success that we see with the good teams in the league right now, and even in the postseason. Aaron Judge in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And ball 1 to Judge. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Lopez settles under it and makes the catch. And that's the 3rd out. So they get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to the bottom of the 1st. Back now at Oriole Park. Today's starting pitcher, Roki Sasaki. What do we have on him?
Leading up.
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club. And coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
And the 0-1. And that one is inside ball one. Hit on the ground to short. Jeter. One gone, bottom half of the first. And time now for the Marlins lineup. Some power, but low on base and ranking towards the bottom in runs per game.
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level. If you're going to produce runs, give your pitchers an opportunity as they're facing tough offenses as well.
Griffin Conant in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. And that is strike two.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swings through it for the K. Gassed it right by him.
Batting third.
2 down, bases empty. And at the plate for Miami, Xavier Edwards. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Up and in. Look out. In the air, center field. And that ends the inning. Back here in Baltimore, there's Freddie Freeman now. Let's see what the former World Series MVP can do with this at bat, Chris. Beozo back to work. And that one upstairs, ball one. Next offering is fouled back. On the ground at first. Right. Steps on the bag and quickly one away in the second.
The second baseman, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie now. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here's Muncy to hit. Having a nice year in terms of power. Right now he's 7th in the NL in home runs. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Betts leads off first with 1 away. Muncy went deep in his most recent game. And that just misses.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Ground ball right side. It squirts through. They fired in quickly. So it's first and second with only 1 away.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
First and second, 1 out. The batter now will be Will Smith. 0-1 now. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Hill settles underneath it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Batting ninth, the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Masataka Yoshida.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
Fastball for a strike. 2 on, 2 outs.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing.
Oh, now this one is blasted to right. Forget it. Way back there and gone. That's one way to quiet the crowd. And they boost their lead. It's 4-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Outside low. Ball 1. Right through there for a strike. 2 gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here at the top of the 2nd. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That ball's carrying. And brings it in at the wall.
When I come out, they run out. I'll be rocking that stage to the sun out. Your boy cooked, I'm blown up. Time to lace my boots and show up. And if you still can't hear it, standing right there, but you can't get near it.
We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Jonah Bride. On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw comes in too late, and they can't get the out. So up next, Jesus Sanchez.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. Get out of town. He leads the yard to right. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 4-2. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Here's the third baseman, Graham Pauley.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Sasaki winds and deals. And that one is downstairs. And the count even 1-1.
Boog, one of our favorites. Jerry Hillsdale umpiring behind home plate in this one. Pretty much by the book with his strike zone.
And because he's so by the book, you'll sometimes see pitchers questioning him. They'll make a good pitch on the edge of the zone, walk the strike, and not get the call. But most of the time, Jerry gets it right. He's a good one.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And downstairs.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning, bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
That's about as nasty of a split as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
And now for the Marlins, Dane Myers. Not even close there. And that's ball 1. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Now this is in the air down the line. Judge makes the grab, 2 down.
Batting 8, the catcher,
Nick Fortes now at the plate. Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike. Pop foul out of play off to the right. 2 outs, base is empty. And the next pitch is way outside. And misses inside. Out to short, Jeter. Whips it to first. That's the 3rd out, inning over. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now 4-2. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. He was late there, strike 1.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
And that is cut on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes.
Kelly just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity. Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Junior swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time today. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center, way back there, and gone. A massive home run, his 16th homer of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 5-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
Base is empty, 1 away. Aaron Judge steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Judge getting the start in right, batting in the cleanup spot, and he's one of the few 2-time MVPs in the league. Judge waits right through there for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
That missed by a lot. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another. One out, bases empty, and a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
And that one pulled foul.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
Center field. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the inning, and at the plate for Miami, Derek Hill. Foul ball. Next offering way off the plate. Hard on the ground to first. He'll do it himself. One up, one down.
Up next for the Marlins, the second baseman, Otto.
Back to the top of the lineup, Otto Lopez digs in now. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. And that's in the dirt. And that's ball 1. And it's fouled away. One down, base is empty. On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. That one to first. Freeman takes it to the bag, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
The designated hitter, Griffin.
Now here's the Marlins DH, Griffin Conine. 0 for 1, he struck out swinging last time. Conine recently earned Rookie of the Month honors. The 1-0.
The way this kid played over the last month, it's no wonder he got recognized for it. We'll see if he can keep it up as the league adjusts to him, though.
Pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
2-2.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. Marlins set down in order. Nothing doing for the Marlins, and the deficit remains 5-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come to the ballpark, whether you were doing well or you were struggling. And then the way that they treated your family. I mean, this is a great place to play, and I'd say it's got to be one of the top places in all of baseball.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. Base hit, left center field. And a good start to the inning.
Most hitters dream of being able to hit breaking pitches as well as this guy. It takes great bat-to-ball skills to be able to be as good as he is against the junk pitches he faces.
So a man at first. And up next for Los Angeles, Max Muncy. Fastball for a strike.
0-1.
That misses. 1-1.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Not only have they already put up a bunch of runs on the board, but they've also made the starter work really hard out there.
On the ground, and that's just foul.
Like I said, his pitch count is high, so I got to expect they'll be turning to their bullpen sooner than they had hoped.
That's a ball. We got a full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes the count. High fly ball, right field. Sanchez ranging after it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting, catcher Will.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Valente Bayozo.
Now pitching.
So the Marlins go with a new arm, Cal Quantrill.
Well, home runs have been a problem this year. Not doing a great job keeping the ball in the yard so far this season, so we'll see if that factors in.
Will Smith to the plate. Fly to center his first time. And that's through there for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
On the ground to first. Here's Edwards for 1. And it's a double play to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of inning number. And we're back. Bottom of the 4th. And now for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards. Breaking ball in there for a strike. That one pushed foul. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Man at first, nobody out. Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. Reached on an infield single his first time. And this one squirts away from the catcher. Edwards into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
Man, it seems like his control has just totally left him out there. He hits the guy, then immediately throws a wild pitch to move him into scoring position. I'm sure that's a lonely feeling out there on the mound right now.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Late swing, fouled off.
You know, these Marlins doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well. Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
This one smacked out to left center. Junior makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out. And up next for Miami, Jesus Sanchez.
You have to find a way to score the runner from third, especially with less than 2 outs. Wait for the pitch you want and hit it as hard as you can.
Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone.
That's inside. Ball.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Yoshida pulls that one down. Runner tags from third. He'll score the sac fly. It's 5-3.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
And at the plate for Miami, Graham Hawley.
Third baseman, Hawley.
In there for strike one.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
And that misses. And it's 1-1. On the ground to third, Muncy sends it to first, and that is the inning. So they welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Splits the plate. It's 0-1.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Right side. Sanchez makes a nice running catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Ohtani up to hit for the third time as he lays off inside, ball one. Lined into right. Sanchez makes the catch. Two-way down.
The bat, number 3, shortstop.
Two outs, base is empty. Derek Jeter will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. To the right side, Lopez. In plenty of time to first. That ends the frame. Dodgers go down quietly, and it remains 5-3. Back now at Oriole Park. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now the left fielder, Dane Myers. Sasaki back to work. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. That one fouled off. The 0-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Off the mark there. And the count is 1-2. Stays alive. Towards first, and Freeman, the Gold Glover, makes the play, and he handles it himself for the out.
Up next for the Marlins, the catcher,
Nick Fortes, the next up for the Marlins. Grounded out his first time up. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, a well-thrown splitter is going to do exactly that. Get you off balance, thinking it's a fastball. Very similar to a changeup, but oftentimes a split's going to have even more downward movement with more velocity. Good pitch.
And now for the Marlins, Derek Hill. 0 for 1 so far. That's way outside. 1-0.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
That's to third, and foul ball. The Fish trailing by 2, last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2.
1 and 2 is the count.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 1-2 now. Good eye in that spot.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And they'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Hammered, base hit. He saw a lot of pitches in that at bat and found a way to win the battle.
Now batting, second base.
Back to the top of the Miami order, Otto Lopez. The next up for the Marlins. He's grounded out a couple of times. There's a strike.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boo.
That misses the zone. Ball 1. Into left center for a base hit. The throw in, rounds third, headed for the plate, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Miami. They're still down 5-3. Back here in Baltimore, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and leading off, Ken Griffey Jr. Foul ball there. Junior measures 6 feet 2 inches, 230 pounds, and he's a former All-Star Game MVP. And he grounds one back up the middle, throws to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
The right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
It's Aaron Judge now. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a line drive and a base hit out into left center field. Man at first with 1 gone. So now it's Freddie Freeman. Throw over to first, and Judge back in safely. Right down to shoot. That's strike 1.
0-1.
And that's in there at the knees.
0-2.
Double play ball to second. Here's Edwards for 1. And that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. 2, 3, 4 due up in the home half of the sixth. It's the Dodgers 5 and the Marlins 3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the DH, Griffin Conine.
The designated hitter, Griffin Conine.
And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
You know, these Marlins, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Always a tough call to make as a third base umpire. You're a long way away. It's not a great angle, and it happens so quickly, but it's part of the job. Sometimes just a coin flip.
Well, what do you got on it? I think he got it right. I think he won.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that's a good call. But you talk to umpires, and they say sometimes it can be really difficult depending on what color the bat is, what color the uniform is. Things that you just wouldn't think about come into play when they're trying to make a quick call like that.
What if we just went possession arrow?
That'd be great.
Now, Xavier Edwards makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins, 1 for 2. And that's in the dirt. The Marlins down by a pair here in the bottom of the 6th. That finds the mark on the inside corner.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one ripped left field. That's back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Declan Cronin.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
leading off for
Here's
Los Angeles,
Betts.
the second
He's
baseman.
2 for 2.
Betts.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. And that's downstairs and outside. Swing and a miss. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Here's Max Muncy. And a big swing and a miss.
No balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a foul straight back. In the air out towards right center. Hill on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2
Now
away.
batting, catcher Will Smith.
2 down, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Will Smith. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that gets down into the gap. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw to second is offline.
Waste no time there. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
Here's the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida. And he had a big swing of the bat early on in the ball game.
Yep, a 3-run rocket back in the second. Even though it was early, a big homer like that can be tough to come back from when you're on the other end of that thing. I mean, it's tough. Sets up an uphill battle the rest of the way.
That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. On the ground, right side. Gets it to first, and the inning is over. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summer.
The right fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Tanner Scott. And he'll feature a hard slider to work off his fastball. In for a strike. 0-1. Scott, an all-star a season ago. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Judge brings it in. One away.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Graham Pauley getting ready to hit. Not close with that one, and it's 1-0. The Dodgers leading by 2. So 2 balls and no strikes.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Next offering is in for a strike.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Got him swinging.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back to back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
Dane Myers, the next up for the Marlins. Yeah, that's fouled off. That's too low.
That's a ball.
And the count is 1-1. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Judge makes the grab, and that's the inning. Ready to begin the 8th. Leading off, Shohei Ohtani. Cronin back to work. Slider misses outside. fouled off to the right. Chop to third. Paulie whips it across. One up, one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the shortstop, Derek Jeter.
So digging in, Derek Jeter. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And that drops in for a strike. Right side, Lopez. Tosses to first. And a couple of quick outs.
The center field, number 45, Ken Griffey Jr.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for LA, Ken Griffey Jr. He's already homered in this game. First pitch doesn't find the zone. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-0.
Nope, ball.
Aaron Judge up next for the Dodgers. And there's ball 4.
Take your base, ball 4.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
The right fielder, number 99.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. In there at the knees. That's strike 1.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player.
Runner on the go. Strike in there. Safe at second, and that was not close. Two outs. That one way outside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Out to short. Throws to first in time. Judge out of the play. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Lake Trinan gets the ball now.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And that's downstairs. And that's ball 1.
1-0.
And the sweeper is off the plate.
2-0.
And a foul ball. Next pitch is downstairs. (3-1) and he couldn't come up with it. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Here's the center fielder, Derek Hill. Just missed. The tying run at the plate. And strike two.
1-2.
That's a strikeout. Good looking sweeper there. Otto Lopez now at the plate. 1 for 3. Hard hit, base hit. And two aboard now as the lead runner stops at second.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Now that sets up a
Here comes the skipper, and we're number 86 into the game. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. This one in the dirt, but no advance from the runners. In the air on the infield, and the infield fly is called. Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here, known for his late inning heroics. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
0-1.
Jeter. That's out number 3. Excellent work out of the Dodgers bullpen there. 9th inning. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Seth Martinez.
just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
First one to Freeman is in for a strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Right through there for a strike.
It doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
0-2 now. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Here's Mookie to hit.
Now running at third for the
Martinez, a 6'2 righty, 30 years old now, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. And strike one to Mookie Betts.
It's 0-1.
Pickoff throw, back in safe, really close. Runner takes off. Pitch misses.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Throw there. Safe.
1-1.
Hit on the ground to the right side. And Betts is set down.
The third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
Here comes that funky Muncy to the plate.
I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone here. Pitcher's looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, hoping to keep that runner at third.
And that one just missed off the outside edge.
Here's the sac fly situation, and he's got to make sure he gets the ball out over the plate and get those arms extended. They're trying to crowd him with the infield in. This will be a big pickup if he can push a run across.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one almost got him. Runner on at third, one gone. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. This one popped up. Edwards sizes this one up. Makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. Not in time. He's safe. And they lead by 3.
Now back, catcher, Will Smith.
2 down, bases empty. And up to the plate is Will Smith. He might just be the best hitting catcher in the game today.
Well, Boog, he's so valuable, does a good job behind the plate, but offensively, he's a middle of the order type of bat, especially when you talk about catchers, and their #1 job is to handle the pitching staff and prevent runs. This guy is able to add runs by producing them.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. A shot to the opposite field, and they add on. It's 7-3. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
And now here is Masataka Yoshida. He's already homered here in this one. Inside. And that's ball 1.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
And a 1-1. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Two down, nobody on. Battling here as he fouls it away. That's down and in.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where pitchers would rather just give up a first pitch single.
Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them left the yard. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Marlins 3. Enrique Hernandez getting loose there. He's now in the game at first. Jonah Bride digs in now.
The first base.
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Craig Kimbrell.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
So coming into the game now on defense, Miguel Rojas. He's the new third baseman. Also into the ball game, Justin Dean. He'll be out in left field.
Number 75, Justin Dean.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. That misses the zone. And the count even 1-1.
One ball, one strike.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Popped up. 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman,
So they're down to their final out. Graham Pauly, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 3 in this one. Hit to second, and this should do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Dodgers take game 1 of the series on the road.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
7-3 is how this one ends. Dave Robertson.